Well, as we said, Banyana Banyana is departing this afternoon for the FIFA Women's World Cup. SABC News reporter Thabiso Sithole is with the team currently. Thabiso, thank you so much for your time. Before we talk about the jetting off, it seems like most of the issues have now been resolved just in time for that all-important departure.
Yes, indeed. And thank you very much, Nini, for joining us. You can see live from the team's hotel in Parktown, not too far from the SABC. We are, well, some of the fans here, the staff members at the hotel, wishing Banyana Banyana safe travel, so to speak. In fact, we are in the midst of it all here. I can tell you, just bottom of camera on the left, the bags are being packed. In fact, these bags are going to be loaded onto the bus behind us. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. As we were saying, it's been an incredible kind of 48 hours as far as Banyana Banyana is concerned, starting from Saturday when, of course, Banyana Banyana were not going to go into that match and then a substitute team came along. But as you heard earlier this morning, we heard the Minister of Sports, the Mississippi Foundation coming on board with financial assistance. What these ladies were asking for, parity, and as far as being paid parity for doing the same work, they are, after all, going to be representing the country at the World Cup. And why not? You know, we've always had the discussion that this is possibly the most successful football team, and as far as South Africa is concerned, as you can see there, that will be the captain Jane at the entrance to the bus. The bus is just about to leave, so apologies for us when we break in, trying to move in and out between the players, of course, and their bags as they make their way to the Ora Tambo International Airport. Remember, they play their first match against Sweden. That match, of course, being around the 22nd of July in a couple of days' time. Most importantly, if you want to pick up anything on Sweden, we've played them 3 times so far. Has Banyana Banyana, having lost the first match, I think that was in 2018, that was a 3-0 loss. The match was at Cape Town Stadium. A year later, in January 2019, they had another match against Sweden. Did Banyana Banyana also at the Cape Town Stadium, and Banyana Banyana drawing that match 0-0. So the opening game, of course, Sweden have picked up the ranks. I think they're 3rd best country in the world. So we're expecting Banyana Banyana to go all out. As we've seen and we heard as well throughout the morning, these ladies are fighters, and we're expecting them to carry on fighting as they did when they won AFCON, and as they did now leading up to them leaving to the World Cup down in New Zealand and Australia. And I must say, it's good to be here. It's one of the better moods I've been in as far as a national team leaving, and we're wishing the ladies the best of luck. And of course, as you rightfully said, this is the first group of players that will be leaving for New Zealand and Australia. The next group follows, as family members have been here, saying their farewells as well. As you can see, some of the players, they're signing that ball. I think they'll be left for the hotel staff. So plenty excitement with this team, and of course a lot of expectations, South Africa's expectations on their shoulders.
Absolutely. I mean, I want to revisit a point that you also just made, and of course that has been made for some time, that, the events that we've seen in the last couple of days and how they would likely, affect the team's performance. I mean, now we can see, jovial spirits, etc. You've managed to talk to some of them. What are they saying in terms of, just how they're really feeling and how they are prepared, for this tournament?
Look, I think as far as preparations is concerned, as far as these players are concerned, they are all professionals. They've got a professional coach who's been there, done before, and of course in Desiree Ellis. In fact, she's on my right-hand side. But of course, we don't have a chat to them now. I mean, they are making their way to the airport. A lot has been said and done, so we don't want to raise an issue that has already been settled as far as this particular one is concerned. But of course, Coach Des Ellis, always the eagle-eyed one, always the masterful succession, the 3 times African Coach of the Year. So she's been through it. She knows what it takes to build a winning team. One, she knows what it takes to build a winning culture. Yes, the events of the past couple of days have overshadowed what should have been a miraculous send-off for these ladies. I'm not going to, again, go and delve into the reasons why and what happened, but it is what... Coach Des, I know you're busy, I don't want to disturb you, but thank you very much for joining us. We were just discussing with my colleague in studio how important this is, the finally jetting off to an important task that you and these ladies are embarking for the country.
We're very excited, as you can see. Not just excited ourselves, but the hotel staff are really giving us a great send-off. I think we all know what's the task at hand. We all know how big it is. We've been in the situation before, a little bit wiser, a little bit more mature. And this team has done amazing things in the past, and I believe that they will do more amazing things.
In fact, that's what I'm just saying, this coach, yourself, you've been through it all, African Coach of the Year 3 times. So the pressures besides the pressures off the field, it's something that I don't think we need to delve into. That's done industrial. The important thing now is to galvanize these troops. And the first, step by step, you eat that elephant a small bite at a time, and it starts with Sweden. You faced them 3 times over the past couple of years, lost 3-0, drew 0-0. This one is going to be a bigger one.
Oh yes, now the first game of any tournament is a big game because it sets a tone for the rest of the tournament. We showed at the WAFCON that we were up for it, and I believe the players are definitely up for it. They know what's at stake, they know what they want to do, they know where they want to go to. You know, players have individual goals, we have goals as a team, and we believe we can get out of the group stage, and it starts with that first game to get a positive result. You know, Sweden are top side, did well at the Olympics, lost in the semi-finals of the Euros, came third at the World Cup in 2019, so a top side. We've played them many times. They have the same coach, have top players, but I think our players have also gotten better, so it's really going to be an exciting game.
Coach, as we let you go now, for South Africa out there, once again, that message to them, and having spoken to you over the past couple of years, I know there's always South Africa first, that flag in your mind, and the importance of what this means to you, but most importantly, the people who will be watching you.
I want to say to the South African fans, thank you very much for all the support you've given us so far. You've been amazing for us. We know, you don't always come to the stadium, but we know that you'll be supporting us from afar. We will receive those WhatsApp messages, those social media messages, and mostly importantly, the prayers as well. Because we know, when we go onto the field, we think a lot of you, because without the fans, we are nothing. So we really appreciate it. And for those that are able to come to New Zealand and follow us to Australia, please do come. And so we can see those flags waving in the stadium, because that really gives us a little bit more motivation.
Coach, thank you very much. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
That's Coach Desiree Ellis, of course, Banyana Banyana head coach. As you heard, South Africa, go out there and support them. And I think we need to emphasize as well the fact that this is arguably probably the most successful South African national team. A lot of people say yes, same number of World Cups, Bafana, but how and what these ladies have achieved over the years speaks volumes from where they come from. Again, and I say this because there is no professional league as far as women's football is concerned in South Africa. And some of these ladies who will be in this team, a lot of them, this is their part-time jobs. They don't have full-time contracts like the men's game. And I do not want to make those comparisons, but it must be said that for what they have achieved, going to a World Cup, insurmountable odds that they had to overcome, especially Coach Desiree Ellis and some of the girls. It speaks volumes of their will to succeed, and hopefully, as you heard Coach said, with South Africa behind them, they're definitely going to succeed. Back to you in studio.